Last month, we did something brave. We examined the foundation. We asked whether the values running our lives were actually ours. We looked at the beliefs, the boundaries, the daily behaviors, and we told the truth about what we found. That was the hardest part, the excavation, the willingness to look underneath. And if you did that work, even a small piece of it, you're standing on something real now, something honest. So what do we do with that information? We start designing. Here's what I've noticed in my own life and in every woman I've ever coached. When we decide to rebuild, we tend to focus on one or two areas, usually career, maybe health, the more visible stuff, the rooms that feel productive to work on. But a well-designed life isn't one room, it's a whole house. And most of us have rooms we haven't walked into in years. I use a framework called the 8 life pillars, and they represent every area that makes up a well-designed life. There's purpose and meaning. Do your days feel meaningful or just full? Career and professional development. Is your work actually using who you are? Health and vitality. What is your body trying to tell you that you keep ignoring? Relationships and connection. Where are you showing up authentically and where are you still performing? Financial foundation. Is your relationship with money aligned or anxiety driven? Personal growth and learning. Where are you stretching and where have you gotten a little too comfortable? Spiritual alignment and peace. What grounds you? What connects you to something bigger than your to-do list? And joy in life experience. When did you last do something purely because it made you happy? 8 pillars, 8 rooms. And I promise you, some of them haven't had the lights turned on in a while. I'll tell you which rooms I ignored. For almost 30 years, I lived in 2 rooms, career and purpose. I furnished them beautifully, multiple degrees, corner offices, the kind of title that made people nod with approval at dinner parties. Those 2 rooms were designed within an inch of their lives. But relationships, I lost my first marriage. Not dramatically, slowly. The way you lose something when you're always in the other room. I missed moments with my kids that I'll never get back. Not because I didn't love them, but because I was always building something that felt more urgent. Health? My body ran on adrenaline for decades. Fight or flight wasn't a problem I was trying to solve. It was my fuel. And when my body finally forced me to stop, a shattered knee that took away my ability to keep running, literally, I realized I'd been treating that room like a storage closet. Somewhere I threw things and shut the door completely. Joy? If you asked me at the peak of my career, what do you do for fun? I would have stared at you, genuinely. It had been so long since I'd done something purely for the pleasure of it that I'd forgotten what fun felt like. In spiritual alignment, my morning ritual was espresso and anxiety, not exactly grounding. I'm really only half kidding, but that was the truth. I had no practice, no stillness, no connection to anything bigger than the next quarterly goal. 2 rooms immaculate, 6 rooms in varying states of neglect. And from the outside, everyone thought I had it all together. Here's the thing about pillars. They don't exist in isolation. When my health pillar was crumbling, my relationship suffered because I had nothing left to give anyone. When my joy pillar was empty, my purpose felt hollow. Because what's the point of meaningful work if you've forgotten how to enjoy your life? When I had no spiritual grounding, every setback felt like a crisis because I had no foundation beneath the foundation. The pillars hold each other up, and when one starts to collapse, the others start to lean. That's why working on just one area never quite does it. You don't have to fix everything at once. That's not design, that's panic. But you have to see the whole house. So that's what this month is about. Seeing clearly, looking at every room honestly, rating where you actually are, not where you think you should be, and then choosing with intention where to focus. This is the work I do in my one-on-one coaching. We assess every pillar, get honest about the ratings, and identify the one pillar that would create the biggest ripple effect across all of the others. And then we design from there. This month, I'm bringing pieces of that framework to all of you. Over the next few weeks, we'll go deeper into how your daily choices either design or default across these pillars. We'll learn tools, the pause practice, the intention check, boundaries as architecture, and that help you choose with intention instead of running on autopilot. And then we'll talk about the fears that keeps us over-investing in some rooms while ignoring others entirely. Here's what I want to sit with you before Friday. If you looked at all 8 pillars of your life, purpose, career, health, relationships, finance, growth, spiritual, and joy, which rooms have you been living in? And which ones have the lights been off? No judgment, it's just curiosity. And that's where design starts. The alignment letter is where I go deeper on all of this throughout April. If you're not subscribed yet, the link is in my bio. It's free and it's where all the honest stuff lives. You already know your truth. Now let's design from it. You're not behind, you're building.